If you lived in the 1990s, if you wanted to impress everyone you knew who walked into your front door, into your living room, you would have purchased a big screen TV. These TVs cost around $5,000 to $10,000, weighed 200 pounds, and it took an army of people to carry it through your front door. Right? Fast forward it to today, you can walk into any big box store or order online, and you can buy a TV that is paper thin and 4 times sharper than the rear projection TVs that were sold in 1998. Vastly better and less expensive. Why are so many people sacrificing months of hard labor? And more importantly, is that happening today? Think about the sheer hustle that went into buying those massive TVs back in the day. People took extra shifts at work, loaded up high interest rates on credit cards, and stressed themselves out just to flex their living room, which was the centerpiece of their living room, was the big box TV screen. It wasn't just a TV; it was an ultimate status symbol of the time. Let me ask you this question. Where are those $6,000 TVs right now? They're sitting in landfills across the United States of America, collecting rainwater, rotting in dusty basements, or posted on Facebook Marketplace with the description that reads, "Free, please take away right now. Come, please get it. I want it out of here." Thousands of dollars, hundreds of hours of work, reduced to literal trash. The market didn't just depreciate the items, the big screen TVs, it rendered them essentially useless. It wasn't just TVs. Look back in the late 80s and the early 90s at audio setups and physical media like CDs and DVDs. People built custom entertainment centers costing thousands of dollars. Multiple CD changers, giant stereo receivers, and walls lined with hundreds of DVDs and CDs. Each disc costs around $15 to $20, back when $20 actually meant something. People spent small fortunes curating these physical libraries to show off their taste and wealth. Today, that entire wall of music and movies fits inside of a single app on a smartphone you carry in your pocket, often included in a few bucks a month, or completely free with ads, of course. Those physical media collections that took years of paychecks to build are now sitting in thrift stores, bargain bins, for less than 50 cents a pop. We spent decades trading our life force, our time, for physical objects that eventually would decay into meaninglessness. Here's the trap of modern consumerism. Tech always gets cheaper, faster, and more accessible, but our appetites for the next big thing never changes. When the prices of TVs came down and DVDs and CDs were no longer in our wheelhouse, and the market crashed on that, we didn't stop grinding and take a breath. We just focused our attention on something else. Another next shiny object. Some of those objects happen to be our $1,500 smartphones that we just have to update every 2 years. Also, the high-end trim packages on our Mustangs and our Camaros, high-end cars, and of course the car leases. or the viral gadgets pushed on our daily feeds continually trade our most valuable non-renewable resource, and that's our time. That is very, very valuable. For items that are made of plastic, glass, and silicone. However you pronounce it, I don't know. That started depreciating the moment we get it out of the box, roll it off of the showroom floor. It's not worth as much as we initially paid for it. It makes us pause and reflect on what the psychologists, call the hedonic treadmill. And that is that cycle where no matter how much stuff we buy or upgrade, our happiness quickly resets back to baseline, leaving us constantly chasing the next big thing. And I'm not talking about Brock Lesnar either. We have convinced ourselves that once we buy that next big thing, we finally are going to be satisfied or feel like we made it. But this is not the case. But this isn't a new psychological discovery at all. No, it's not. It's an ancient truth. Over 2,000 years ago, folks, Jesus asked a question in Matthew chapter 16, verse 26, that cuts right to the heart of human nature. He asks this question: for what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world yet forfeits his soul? When material wealth becomes the ultimate goal in life, it pushes people to dark places. You see this play out in the extreme with scammers and fraudsters today. They break the commandment against stealing, tricking vulnerable people out of their hard-earned savings that they have saved throughout their entire life, just to acquire temporary fixes to a larger problem. They might think that they're winning, but they literally are not. They're trading their eternal soul for a short-term material gain. Whether it's through outright theft or just burning ourselves out, working 70 hours a week just to buy stuff we don't need to impress people we don't even like, which is quite true, right, folks? We end up trading our peace, integrity, and spiritual health for things that inevitably end up in the landfill. Possessions don't build a lasting legacy. Freedom and faith and character certainly do. If you're grinding or cutting corners to just afford something right now, ask yourself this question, folks. Is this going to, in any way, matter in eternity? Or is it just going to be another $6,000 big screen TV coming at you live? I'd love to hear your perspective on this matter. What's something that you have spent time and effort and a small fortune on in the past, and it turns out to be completely worthless right now, today? I can show you behind my shoulder here, right back there. There's a shelf full of NASCAR die-cast cars, and I can tell you that I didn't buy most of that. It was gifted to me in Christmas gifts and birthday gifts. But nonetheless, my parents, my friends, family would spend their money and buy die-cast cars that were around $50 to $60 a pop. And now, folks, They're not worth anything. About $5 maybe at the most, but they're truly not worth anything. They're just something that's just a knickknack now. So drop your comments down below if this is something that has interested you. I appreciate you taking your time. Leave your comments, or your messages. Leave your comments. Rate, subscribe, and all that other jazz, because I would like to honestly move farther away from the scam baiting thing. Although entertaining, it's and it brings a value. It shows the folks out there that, there are people who are trying to hurt you, steal from you, but they're actually trying to hurt and steal from themselves. So thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Again, tell me what you think. And until next time.